Well, I was born on a ranch just west of Moriarty, the 7th of 11 children. I don't know what really led me to wanting to go to college. Just from my senior year, somehow I just said, okay, I'm going to college and I want to be even then I said I want to be a math teacher. Why, I don't know. I think math was probably the easiest thing to teach. It's the same all the time and there's only one answer. But it was during the senior year I decided I was going to college, and I didn't want to go to UNM because I was too close to home. And so it was Las Cruces. I didn't know where Las Cruces was. I didn't know how I was going to get there, but I was going to go to New Mexico A&M. I didn't have a vehicle, but my oldest brother drove me. He dropped me at Breedland Hall and left, which was probably the best thing that happened because I didn't have a chance to change my mind.
Gabe Anaya came to NMSU with the idea of this is the way I'm going to be a teacher. That's the target he set for himself. When you consider anyone who meets him, they automatically take that first picture and they say, okay, I got a quiet, polite guy who really commits to whatever he's doing.
You know, I've known Gabe more recently through the Teak fraternity. He and I are both members of that. It was very clear since I've known Gabe that not only is he committed, but he gives. No matter what he's involved in, he continues to give. Giving back to the university, giving to the fraternity, and giving back to the community. When he was a student, he was in ROTC. He joined the Army National Guard. And then after that, he stayed 30 years, I believe, in the Army. And I just recently found out he retired as a colonel. So now I'm going to have to be referring to him as Colonel Gabe and give him the respect that I think he's due.
In our day, every able-bodied male had to participate in ROTC. I decided I would try to get into the advanced program and was accepted, and I'm very thankful for that because the training and the education, the opportunity that I had there, because I've always thought that the two things that helped me most in being a teacher, prepared me to be a teacher, was being involved in ROTC, where I was taken out of my comfort zone and had to do what needed to be done. Went and served my time, and then I started teaching in Silver City, but Silver, people there were great, but it was so isolated that I was going to head back north, and Paul Taylor, I met him at an NAA meeting, and he says, well, we need a math teacher in Las Cruces. So I came for an interview and got the job, and when I got the job, then the Teaks approached me, he says, you know, we need an advisor.
I think the first thing you need to say about Gabe, and it goes back to his background in teaching, I didn't know him, I didn't have him as a teacher, but I've heard from several students the impact that he had on them. And then you can translate that into the university and the Teak fraternity, where I've been able to witness hundreds of students that he mentored. And I mean that. You can tell in interactions and events that we host that they all come up to him and say, Gabe, Gabe, and they all, you know, give him a big hug and whatnot. That's rare, very rare.
He's a quiet giant in many respects. When you are introduced to him, you know right away this is a guy that doesn't blow his horn much at all, and he really gets uncomfortable when other people do.
When I was first elected mayor back in the 90s, he worked in conjunction with the city when the city came up with a concept of creating a facility for the homeless. And it was an all-inclusive facility. And he actually represented the part of a soup kitchen, which was a component of what we had envisioned creating back then.
As far as El Calito, I had a friend called up and says, you know, there's a soup kitchen in town and they need volunteers for Thanksgiving. And so I went and offered to volunteer, and the manager there says, yeah, we need help on Wednesdays and Fridays. And I volunteered Wednesdays and Fridays. I still go on Wednesdays and Fridays. But that's how I got involved with El Calito and watched it grow from From one time that we used to serve 80 people a day to now we serve over 350. So. I don't know of anything new I would like to challenge, but maybe complete the task that we're in right now. To the alumni, I would say there's so much need in the community, in the world, in all aspects. Find something that you're interested in, find something that you love, and stay involved. And as far as the NMSU itself, come visit and get to know the students. There's a lot of need among our students, and our young people need a little guidance. And when they see you as professionals and see what you have done and what you have accomplished, then I'm sure they'll be gratified.
I think Gabe is going to stand out in the community as one person who was able to change a vision of how we look at the homeless, change, I think, the dedication of people who graduate from here and give back to the university. And as I say, he is a firm believer in that fraternity and what it's done for many, many individuals.
One thing I always tell the young men in TEAC is make commitments you can live by and live by the commitments you make.